Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to talk about house prices are down, mortgage rates are to follow. What does this all mean? Well, we've got some really interesting data. This is a bit of a stat heavy one, but this is going to be really interesting to see what's actually happening in the market today. Now, before we jump into this, as ever, we're nearly at 18,000 subscribers. So can you help me get there a little bit faster? Make sure you smash subscribe and hit the bell notification. Just in case you're new here, we make new property content every single day on what's going on in the market. We're getting 600,000 people watch us each month, which is crazy. So thank you for doing that. And while you're here, make sure you smash the like button, tickle the like button, do something to the like button over there. That really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Everyone that's done that, that's why we got 600,000 views, because when you hit that like button, more people see the video. And make sure you comment and interact. Any opinions or thoughts, do comment below during this video. So what's going on? Well, this is some data from Zoopla, and Zoopla have a pretty good data analysis on what's going on in the market. So let's talk about what's going on right now. So what they're saying is that the market is definitely slower, right? I think everybody knows that unless you live under a rock. And that's been caused by inflation, which has caused interest rates to rise, which has meant affordability is down, but not down for everybody. Some people are cash buyers and some people are just sitting out waiting to see what happens. You see, some people want to buy property, but they feel the market's going to drop, so they want to buy at the bottom of the market rather than when it's on the way down. So that's happening at the moment as well. And so discounts are being offered. And so the average discount that people are achieving, not asking for, but achieving, is £18,000. That's an average for the whole of the UK. That's pretty big off average house price value. So as much as 10% for some people. Now in London, it's even more. So in London, the average discount agreed is £25,000, which is pretty big. Now, we've seen some areas of London have already officially been in a house price crash. We did a video on that. That was months ago. The more expensive areas in London had officially crashed. An official crash is 10% down in a calendar year. And so the more expensive Chelsea and those sorts of areas have seen that kind of stuff. And so in the south, it is a buyer's market at the moment. And that's really obvious. And so we've got some deals. We've got a deal that we've been working on for about 4 months now, because we agreed a price. Then they didn't realize that they hadn't even done the probate on the property, which means it shouldn't have been on the market in the first place. And that's now done. Now there's a leak in the property, which the management company are arguing about. And we're happy to take it on as long as someone accepts responsibility for that leak. But yeah, we're seeing that is the case. Like, we were able to get a very good deal on that. There are other deals that are sitting around. Agents are calling me more than ever. I'm getting so many texts and emails with all the agents that I'm with, where normally, well, not normally, but last year before, they weren't interested. They were selling houses so fast, they didn't need to chase us. So that's changed. So it's a buyer's market, particularly in the south, which is definitely right, because the bigger discounts are in the south, because the house prices, the affordability is a lot tougher down here. And so this has been driven by inflation. So obviously, you know, inflation was at 11.1%. So far this year, we've got it down to 4.6%, which is important. And so inflation is expected to carry on dropping. We really need that to happen. If things go wrong, it can spike up again, which sometimes happens. But the prediction in the market at the moment is 2.8% in 2024 and 2%, which is the target, in 2025. And so until we get to that 2%, then that's the Bank of England's going to be really, really chasing this. Now, are they expected to raise interest rates again? It's not looking likely. The American Federal Reserve has been talking in interviews in the last week, saying they feel interest rates might start coming down. They've got an important election next year. We've got an important election next year as well. Both governments, the American government, the UK government, they're going to be putting pressure on to drop interest rates to their central banks. Whether they will do that or not is another thing. But there's definitely going to be a hell of a lot of pressure on there. So, what's expected? Well, the interest rate drop by the Bank of England is expected to drop in the summer of next year. That's what the money markets are pricing in. You get economists that give their opinion. They're often wrong. But the money markets are generally a little bit more accurate because there's billions or trillions of dollars riding on the accuracy of that data. And that's where they feel it could drop by the summer of next year. Around about May is what lots of people are predicting. Now, what about the interest rate that you borrow at? Well, the interest rate that you borrow at is impacted by the Bank of England rate, but they also are impacted by something called a swap rate. And so banks will be fighting over our business at the moment. There's less transactions significantly in the market. And so we've seen banks lending at lower than the actual Bank of England rate more recently, which is interesting to see. And so we've seen rates at 4.5. We've seen a rate at 3.99. That's got a big fee on it. But we are seeing better rates out there in the market. So that's interesting. And so rates need to fall, according to Zoopla, to improve demand. And they are falling. And demand is starting to come back. There's been some data out this week that more mortgage approvals are going through because over the last few months, the rate you could get was 6%. That means a lot of people couldn't pass the affordability tests. Now, today, we're seeing some rates at 4.5%. We're seeing more rates at an average of 5%. And so that means more people are actually coming into the market now that want to buy something, which is good. What else is going on? And so 1 in 4 people are offering at least a 10% discount, but it's not as much up north. In fact, on average, we're seeing 18,000, but in the north, the discounts that we're seeing on average is £4,800. So much less. And that's because the house prices don't cost as much, right? If you can buy a house for 100 grand, you're not going to be asking for a 25 grand discount. Agents, what's going on with agents? This is interesting. So this is supply. And so most agents used to have, on average, 14 properties. They now have 31 on average for sale. Double. So there's more stock available. And that's why we're getting cheeky offers accepted. That's why we're getting these big discounts that we used to see last time in 2018. So this is more positive. This is good if you're a buyer. And so if you're looking to be an investor, this could be the right time to start buying. Now, Zoopla is also saying that it's the best time, in their opinion, don't need to put that on the board, it's the best time, in their opinion, to buy in London. London has become more affordable. It's still very expensive. I know when I say it's more affordable, I'm going to get shot down in the comments. Some of you are going to say, have you seen the prices in London? Yes, I have. But that's not going to change anytime soon. London is still full. There is not enough space. There's lots of people that want to be there. It's where the big jobs are. People will always overpay to live in London. And now is a little bit of a blip. And so if you can get 25 grand off your property, that's a good opportunity. And so there are some discounts to be had in London. If you can see the average is 25, some people are getting discounts of 50, 60, 70 grand. You just got to find the right property with a buyer that's motivated to sell. That's the most important thing. So this is an interesting insight into the market from Zoopla. In summary, we're seeing that discounts are going up. More discounts are being accepted. 1 in 4 people are getting at least a 10% discount. Interest rates are expected to drop by the Bank of England in the summer. But leading up to that, mortgage companies will be fighting over your business. They'll be dropping their rates as well. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. Let me know, what do you think is going to happen in the market in 24? Where do you think interest rates are going to go? Do smash that like button, guys. Share this video with some people that should watch this channel. Subscribe, hit the bell, and why don't you go and check out some more content on my channel, including this video right here.